It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Sears Hometown Store, locally owned and operated right here in Mountain Home.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It is Tuesday, February 25th, 2020. It's 7 a.m. and welcome to Down on the Corner program.
Good morning.
Dale Hoffman, your host, along with David Stroud in the driver's seat over here, flying us right around. How you been, sir?
You know how I am. A skunk, 2 a.m., my dog.
You got what? Say that again.
My dog got sprayed by a skunk.
Oh,
2
man.
2 a.m.
Yeah.
Rolls around in the carpet, and now that's all I can smell or taste or
Ain't
think
that
about.
terrible? I feel it for you, but it's always good for a chuckle at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we had Scooter this morning, told Scooter, go get a couple spray balls there for a minute. Squirt, squirt, squirt. Anyway, so doing good today other than the skunk attack?
Yeah, I'm good this morning. I'm ready to go.
I hear you.
I'm not going anywhere, but I'm ready to go.
There you go. Down on the Corner is brought to you by your hometown Sears store at 1029 Highway 62 East, 425-3191. And check them out for the very best in appliances and home entertainment. You need perhaps some patio stuff, your grill, perhaps a new gas grill, charcoal grill. Tools, don't forget about tools and lawn care. My goodness, Sears has it all right here at 1029 Highway 62 East. They have a fabulous repair department where they can come and take care of appliances, perhaps lawn equipment, whatever it may be. And can't say enough good things about Sears. Love Sears. Worked for them for 14, 15 years back in the 70s and 80s. And they've been an icon in this country for years. And this is your hometown Sears store. This is locally owned and operated while the corporate may be having some financial difficulties. Your hometown Sears store is up and running and doing very well and very strong. And so they look forward to serving you for 2020 and years beyond that. Your hometown Sears store. Appliances, home entertainment, tools, lawn care. Check them out. There may be something sitting there that I don't even know about.
Right.
And tomorrow, I better bring this up because I think tomorrow's the last day on this promotion.
Yeah, 26th, right?
Yeah. So you can receive a $50 Sears Visa prepaid card when you're approved for a Shop Your Way MasterCard Sears Hometown and Outlet card and make a purchase of $5.99 or more. And I believe you even get a 10% discount in there. So you get a $50 card for spending $5.99 and save $60 plus the 50. So, do the math. I think it's $110 overall.
There you go.
So, and that's at your hometown Sears store. So check them out or call them at 425-3191. They're at 1029 Highway 62. Where's that? Orchlands, Physical Therapy Connection, Sears.
Yes, sir.
Right there.
Right behind Wendy's.
Right behind Wendy's. Yeah, up the hill behind Wendy's. Yeah. And you'll be very, very happy with what you find at your local hometown Sears store. Give them a call, 425-3191. And we're enjoying Brewed Awakening coffee. You can do the same thing. We've got 3 locations to serve you. Of course, Bomber Boulevard at 703 is going to be a little bit busy. And you got 62 East Plaza, and you got Baxter Regional Lobby. It's all been remodeled, very nice, and just can't beat it. I was in there I don't know, I was down at the hospital for the other day. But anyway, they've got a very nice coffee bar, coffee shop down there, Brewed Awakening, right there in the lobby of Baxter Regional. And what can I say? The best coffee in town is Brewed Awakening. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water.
Yes, sir.
Got the mochas, the latte. They even have peanut butter flavor.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was down there when I picked up the other bags of coffee last week. I was looking at the big menu board. Hazelnut, peanut butter.
Bacon.
Ooh, never thought of that.
Yeah.
Essence of skunk. Who needs that, right?
That's what I'm tasting right now.
Yeah, that's got to be terrible. I can't make fun of it because my day will come when my dog will get. Because you go out there and sniff that color, and you better get away from there. Could be a skunk in that color.
I mean, I still have to have my shot of nitrous, but yeah, it does taste like skunk. It's not the coffee.
It's not the coffee.
It's me.
They even have pumpkin spice this time of year.
Yeah.
So have a friend in Flippin that loves pumpkin spice, so you can still get your pumpkin spice.
Very nice.
Brewed Awakening coffee, the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. So check them out. Mike and the staff do a great job at all 3 locations. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes, and when they say with all our respect, it's not just a motto, it's how they do business day by day. That's got to be hard work.
Yeah.
People are confused, unhappy, sad, hurt, whatever it may be. What do I do? What do I do? Let Rollers handle it.
Yeah.
Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. Brad, Bruce, Charlotte, Chris, whoever else is down there can help you, pre-planning, preps, whatever it may be. And I can't say enough good things about Roller Funeral. Went through it a year ago in November. Here's some papers. Here's what I need, blah, blah, blah. Done.
They'll take care of everything.
Taken care of. You know, it was flawless, with all our respect. 29 Roller Funeral Homes in the state of Arkansas to serve you, with one in Memphis, Tennessee. I just can't say enough good things about the Roller Funeral Home folks. But with all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes, let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, as we discuss the successes of our hospital today, Lord, let us be grateful and thankful for the outstanding care given by Baxter Regional. Our community, as well as other communities, both in Arkansas and Missouri, have all benefited from the research and innovations developed by Baxter Regional. Lord, I pray today for every medical team, for the administration, the maintenance teams. Bless their work. Our lives depend on them. Lord, we're once again very blessed by you to live in such a great community. And I want to say thank you. It's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bringing the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes. Morning weather brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. RetireToArkansas.net is where we find. I'm looking at the monitor, so people say, why is he looking to the left? I'm looking at the monitor so I can see the White River. You're looking into Cotter, Arkansas from Marion County. Of course, the White River separates Marion County from Baxter County. You're looking into Cotter, Arkansas. Wonderful little town of Cotter, Arkansas. The clearings of baseball, railroad museum park down there. You got a baseball field, railroad museum, little picnic area down there by the little stream that comes through. And daylight enough right now at 7:07 to where the bridge lights have already shut off, and some of the lights downtown Cotter have already shut off. And so, beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful,
it's a nice spot for a Sunday drive down there.
I do it almost every Sunday.
Yeah, go down
Sunday
and
afternoon,
go down
4
by
or
the
5 o'clock.
river.
Yeah, go down by the river, down by Cotter Springs, all that. You know, it's so, I mean, so peaceful down there, you know. And so the beautiful White River. Now that shot's brought to you by, that's a live shot, by the way. You can go to RetireToArkansas.net and look at the live cam, and that's what you're going to see. It's on all the time.
Yes, sir.
And so, you know, just a beautiful shot. There's a camera icon on there too. Click and you can save whatever image you want.
Yeah.
Screensaver, backdrop, whatever you want. And wow, can't beat it. When you go to look at the live stream, be sure to check out all the listings for the Z Team, the MLS listings. Arkansas or Missouri, they can serve you Marshall to Mountain View, Arkansas to Mountain Home, Salem, West Plains, Harrison, wherever it may be, Gainesville, Missouri, Arkansas, whatever it may be. They can help you right now by calling 405-0793 or go to RetireToArkansas.net. The team is ready to go to serve you right now. Morning weather brought to you by the Z Team. Right now, 43 degrees in Mountain Home, 44 at Flippin, Harrison at 40, Yellville at 44, 42 at Salem, Calico Rock at 43, 46 in Mountain View around the region. St. Louis reporting some showers at 39 degrees, 46 at Poplar Bluff, Missouri, West Plains at 42, 39 in Branson, and 23 in Watford City, North Dakota as we speak. And hopefully I don't have to refresh this. You can see the shower activity in the St. Louis area, kind of some heavy showers from St. Louis on up into mid-state Illinois. And those travel across I-70 into Indianapolis and I-64 to Louisville, Kentucky. Shower activity all the way back into Ohio, West Virginia, and Virginia in the Washington, D.C. area. And then off of the coast of the Carolinas and all the way down past Jacksonville, Florida, and out into the Gulf of Mexico. So a little bit of freezing precip in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Kansas, a little bit in Wyoming. So zooming into Arkansas, and see if we can find anything. We do have some shower activity around the Fort Smith area, affecting I-40 at 49. Other than that, we're in pretty good shape. 62, 412 east and west is in good shape, as well as Highway 65 from Little Rock to Branson. 67 and 167 Little Rock to Batesville on up into Poplar Bluff, Missouri, as those highways split apart there. Good shape. Interstate 30 from Little Rock looks good. I-40 east, no problems there. Interstate 555 and 55 and 155 all in good shape in northeast Arkansas as 55 goes on up into St. Louis. And 155 goes all the way over to Dyersburg, Tennessee. In Missouri, now we can see a little bit more of what's going on in the St. Louis area. There's a cold line right there. So just north of St. Louis by about 40, 50 miles, you've got the break point there where it turns into freezing precip. And that goes all the way up to Kirksville, Missouri, up into Macomb, Illinois, and some pretty heavy shower activity right now in Decatur, Illinois, Springfield, Illinois, all the way back down to north of St. Louis. And that's going to be affecting several of the highways, especially I-70 right now, as I travel from I-70 to Effingham towards Terre Haute, Indiana. Just a little bit south of Belleville, Illinois, and St. Clair County, Illinois. I-64 now, I was mistaken before, I-64 is not as affected right now as I thought it was. From East St. Louis to about Mount Vernon, in pretty good shape, but you pick up a little bit more shower activity once you cross into Indiana. So I-57 in pretty good shape at I-24 around the Paducah area. I-24 looking good right there. And so there it is. I think we're going to get some later today. Watches and warnings. Of course, you have some winter weather advisories from Kansas to Nebraska up into the Dakotas, and then you've got mid-section of Missouri, northern Illinois. It's south of the Wisconsin line, though, but it does include parts. There's some floodwatch boxes around Lake Michigan, but it goes all the way back up into the state of Michigan. It hits northern Indiana, northwest Ohio, and then, of course, up in the New England area, you do have some winter weather advisories right there. For us, right here in north central Arkansas, southern Missouri, we have a 20% chance of rain this afternoon and then tonight, and 40% chance after midnight. And some of that could turn to light snow, perhaps, depending on where the temperature falls. Right now, they're saying it's going to drop to 33 degrees. So if that fluctuates a little bit, never know what could happen. Wednesday, we continue with, excuse me, with a 20% chance of showers and light snow with a high of 40. Thursday, it warms up to 49 degrees. Friday, it's 52 and 54 on Saturday with bright, sunshiny skies. The lowest temperature I'm seeing for the week is 30 degrees. So this is the final week of February. Oh, yeah! You know. And get into March, that means spring is even closer.
Yes, sir.
I mean, we've been blessed with a nice winter, you know, but, it's been 80 degrees and 17 degrees and rain's here and warm, it's just.
I know, right?
The roller coaster weather. Checking iDrive Arkansas earlier, well, we're still showing the accident on Highway 67 and half-mile northeast of exit 22. All lanes are impacted right now, and so if you're down in that area listening, perhaps got the iPhone. This one just popped up around West Memphis. Highway 64 in Crittenden County, disabled stalled vehicle on Highway 118 at Earl, Arkansas. And so before you travel, check iDrive Arkansas, and you can check your border states, Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, and you can go directly to those. So we'll check the Missouri Department of Transportation real quick. In northeast Missouri, there are some travel advisories. You do have some covered highways up north of Mexico, Missouri, which would be northeast of Columbia, Missouri. They are showing some partly covered to mostly clear roadways in the northeast part of the state. And so this goes all the way over into the Mississippi River area and over in the state of Iowa or Illinois. Where's that at? That would be Illinois right there, I guess. That breaks off right there. But anyway, northeast Missouri getting a little bit of that. The morning weather is brought to you by the Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zador, for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793, retiredtoarkansas.net. You can go to that website and not only check the live webcam and see the White River all day long, but you can check out all the listings they have through the multiple listing service, which is in this part of Arkansas.
Yes, sir.
So they can serve you today in Arkansas and Missouri. So give them a call, 870-405-0793. Community calendar-wise, I think today is the day. Yes, tonight. The call, pitch in for the kids, February 25th at the Mountain Home Bomber boys game. During the first time out, at the end of the first quarter, bring a new pair of socks or pajamas for the 43 children in foster care in Baxter County. And so this helps out the kids, and it's for a great cause. The Call is a great organization. We've worked with them in the past. You can call 425-1285. Talk to Benita for more information. But this just does help these kids and get them some clothing for the winter time here. Let's see, other activities going on. I think we do have the Methodist Women. Their monthly meeting is coming up on March 3rd from 1 to 3. The monthly meeting of the United Methodist Women will be March 3rd at 1 p.m. They'll be discussing the United Methodist Women's Study on March 29th. And so one other item coming up here, I need to scroll this up. On March 4th at 1 o'clock, Threads of Hope at the Pikes Cancer Support House. Threads of Hope create gifts for cancer patients. Join us as we have fun visiting and creating gifts for cancer patients. Anyone is welcome to attend. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. You can call 508-2273. Once again, Threads of Hope at the Pikes Cancer Support House, one of the 4 houses, and we'll probably be discussing that because we've got Mr. Peterson here, the CEO, and then Barney Larry, who's in charge of the 4 houses, and Tobias Pugsley. We'll be talking about that here in just a minute. Okay, 7:15, and we got everything done on time, so we want to welcome Baxter Regional Medical Center staff coming up here in just a minute, so we'll be right back after the break.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Hi, we're Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, and we'd like you to meet the rest of our team.
When you are working with the Z Team, you will find that not only are they down-to-earth people, but they are trained professionals who work with downsizers, first-time homebuyers, and clients who may want to relocate to our beautiful Ozarks. Our team has agents who specialize in lake and river properties, listing and selling raw land, acreage, and all residential homes. Listing your property with the Z Team will help get it sold with unmatched Century 21 global marketing. You can find out more at retiretoarkansas.net.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrubs stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top-quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands, including Carhartt, Vera Bradley, Urbane, and Grey's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Skechers, Nursemates, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractables, compression socks, paramedic VDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, and minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop. Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn & Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn & Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
7:19, and we're back, and I'm very honored to have Baxter Regional staff here. We have Mr. Ron Peterson, Mr. Barney Larry, and along with Mr. Tobias Pugsley. Gentlemen, it is a pleasure. You're sitting in the very chair that Asa Hutchinson sat in.
Oh my goodness. Now you're making me nervous.
I got to tell you this story. My mother had developed squamous cell carcinoma in early 18, and it was about the size of my little finger above the upper dental plate. Mm-hmm. I went to UAMS, and we decided to get a second opinion. So I got to visit with a doctor at Vanderbilt University in downtown Nashville.
Oh, wow.
Where are you from? Mountain Home, Arkansas. Really? Baxter Regional? Yeah. Go home.
Really?
I'm at Vanderbilt University.
Oh, my goodness.
And Dr. Netterville says, Baxter Regional? Mountain Home? Go home.
Wow.
That's great.
Wow.
How's that?
We'll take that any day.
We'll take that kind of advertisement any day. That's
I was
impressive.
on the 6th floor of Vanderbilt University.
Wow.
And he knew of Baxter Regional. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Outstanding.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, Tobias, what you got for us, sir?
It's just a pleasure to be here today.
Well, it's good to have you all.
It's always nice. We have leadership like Ron and Barney that, I talk to a lot of marketing directors, hospitals all over the nation, and a lot of times we'll have conversations and said, does your CEO, your executive director, your foundation, they just come on a whim to interviews with you? And no, they don't do that. but Ron and Barney, it's always a pleasure to get them out and to kind of get an update on the hospital and what's going on, kind of what happened last year and what's happening in 2020 and what's coming in the future. And so I'm gonna be quiet down here, and I'm gonna let them do most of the talking. But it's just a pleasure to have them and good to be here with you, Dale.
Well, Mr. Peterson?
And I love your story, and that's what we want to try to do, is make sure that we're providing high quality care for individuals, and that we have the respect from other providers. And we're really fortunate to have so many good people associated with the hospital. I was counting the other day, and I think we have about 2,400 what we call kind of partners in care, whether it's the 80 nurse practitioners or physician assistants, or if it's the 110 physicians that we have, or it's the 600 nurses that we have at the hospital, 1,800 total employees. But then, of course, we wouldn't be what we are without our 500 volunteers. Yes, can you believe that? 500 volunteers.
That's impressive.
That's actually Children's Hospital has just a few more volunteers than us. Otherwise, we have the largest by far volunteer organization in the state as far as hospitals, which which is very impressive. And then you take our board members and stuff, and we have about 2,400 people associated with the hospital, or what we call our partners in care. And we're very blessed because that's what really makes the organization, is to have good people, and that's what allowed us to have such a good year last year. So.
But now I have to ask, the innovations, you can go to your cell phone and can you run over there and get that sign, please, right there, David? We've had this out several times. This is the 24/7 care, the urgent care. Tobias, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Great.
It's a great time of year to talk about that.
Yes, it is.
With all the flu and sickness and cold going around right now, we launched that app in February. So it's been a year now, and the response has just been overwhelming, and the amount of visits that we've done, and it's there. I think right now it's just, people forget about it a lot of times. I know even some of our staff and stuff, we forget it's there sometimes, but remember that app is there, 24/7, 365 on the weekends. Whenever your family clinic's closed, use that app, get on there, and you'll be connected to a doctor, and we get a lot of great feedback. Everybody that tries it loves it.
So now, how did this come about for Baxter Regional? I mean, we're supposed to be like Mayberry. Not with Baxter Regional. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on.
Well, I think Ron was it's kind of something that we've seen in the industry as being out there, and Ron being forward thinking like he was, and he let Sarah and I kind of dive into it and look at it, and with a lot of other staff members, we kind of brought back a recommendation on this is who we thought would give the best care for our patients and kind of give the same quality that you come to expect with Baxter Regional. And so that's who we went with, and it's just kind of all been sort of magic since then, and people love it.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that we wouldn't have the telemedicine without community support. When Ron ran the idea by us, and he said, we really don't have those dollars to invest in this right now. Would the foundation be willing to step up there and invest those dollars? Because that doesn't come cheap. And so our board unanimously voted to support the telemedicine project. And so it was a combination of the whole team making it happen. So really, it's really exciting to see all that happen.
And then you have the 4 community homes, and was it Cindy, who was here not too long ago, Tobias? You operate those on around $100,000 a year?
Well, that's $400,000 a year for all 4 of them. So we have to raise $400,000 every year.
So how can we help?
Well, we just ask folks that would like to help us support that, and they can call the foundation. They can set up monthly gifts. They can attend our fundraisers. We have fundraisers for every one of the homes, or they can make a planned gift where we endow those houses. So many ways. Just feel free to call us at 508-1770, and we'll sure share our mission with them.
And no gift is too small or too large.
It's,
I mean,
we have we have dollar gifts, or we have hundreds of thousands of dollars of gifts.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
We always look at those houses as kind of a value add too, because we have about 16,000 visits a year to those houses, if you can believe that. And people come in, you know, if you're diagnosed with cancer, that's a very, very scary thing, and it's very life-changing. And so you kind of get lost for a moment, and if you can go someplace and sit down with an individual that'll help guide you, help talk to you about the doctors you're going to, how you can get to them, provide additional education, provide information pamphlets that they'll hand to you, or websites they'll give to you, and really help you through that process. And then as you're going through your treatments, you know that there's that support there. There's support groups, so you can talk with other people who are going through the same thing, and you can have that kind of support. Plus, then, you know, there's obviously wigs that we have there, and there's prosthetic bras that we have there, and those type of things are all free if the patient needs them. And I just think whether it's the Pites Cancer Center, whether it's the Repel Diabetes Center, whether it's the Schliemann's Women's Center, whether it's the Maruck Center on Aging, they all just do such a wonderful job on that. And then, of course, in with the houses there, we have the Fairlamb Clinic also, which really helps the elderly and treats with the dementia and the Alzheimer's and those type of things.
That's right. Yeah. It's just we're just blessed to have all 5 of those units part of our campus. We really are.
But to run those on 400,000, I mean, you got to be very good stewards of that money, because I would really figure to be closer to 250,000 per home, almost $1 million a year.
We try to be good stewards of the people because it's their money. People give that for the expenses for the house, and every dollar is given specifically for those houses actually go to service for those houses, and that's what people need to know. There's no administrative cost; it goes to serving our community.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
And when you talk about community support, we're very blessed. Last year, the community supported the hospital by donating about $2.5 million, which is incredible. The foundation actually gave the hospital about $2.2 million, and hopefully through the show here, we'll talk to you about all the things where that money went. But we could not provide the services and be the hospital that we are without that kind of support. So I kind of see it as a win-win, because people here in this community get high quality care, get new type of equipment, new type of modalities, whether it's the telemedicine, whether it's the Da Vinci robot, whether it's a remodel of our inpatient rehab unit. And that happens because of we're working together, and we have such good support from the community, and we just appreciate that so much.
Inpatient rehab.
Yes. Aha.
Been there, done that. 2005. I had a stroke. I don't hide it. I had a stroke. I was ischemic stroke, totally paralyzed. I never had so much fun in my life. That team was incredible.
Oh, thank you. And we since that time, we've completely remodeled that unit. We've put in a simulation car so that you can kind of have a simulation there.
Really?
Yes, yes. And
what
we've
engine?
now a simulation car. And also there's 2 apartments on the unit.
Really?
So that an individual who's been there for a while and is ready to go home, instead of just going straight home, they can transition to that apartment, stay there for a couple days, still have the assistance of staff, but yet kind of be a little independent, transition from the bed to the kitchen, kind of get used to those type of things. It's a very small kind of, apartment, but just kind of that setting is there. So
the middle of May, to where I couldn't move the leg or arm, to by the last of October walking by myself without a walker.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
To that rehab department.
That's great.
Thank you.
That's good.
And there are
June, July, August, September, 5 months.
5 months.
Wow.
That's incredible. That's
What
incredible.
a team. What a team.
Thank you. Thank you. And there are several people who tell us those type of things, which is really amazing to me.
How do you find that right person? I mean, you've got so many areas you have to fill, but yet you may have 200,000 applications for a very important position. But there was not one team member, and of course it was 15 years ago, and there's been a lot of water under the bridge, but they were top quality people.
Thank you. Thank you.
How do you do it?
You know what? I wish I could tell you that we are very blessed and that we have extremely good people within the organization. And we go through, we train our managers to go through a very strenuous interview process so that we try to select the right people and get the right people in the organization. But it seems like we're able to find people who truly have a heart, who truly have the passion to look at how can we provide the best quality care, but yet how can we make sure that the patient knows that we care about them also, and that's what really makes a difference.
Wow.
So.
Oh.
I think that's evident too, Dale. You know, we were named one of Arkansas's best places to work, and that part of that process is, you know, employees that are surveyed and what their feedback is on that, and so it, you know, that's, we don't tout awards a lot, but that's something that was very, it felt really good to get as an employee.
But the top places to work, but what about, you were recognized on a national scale in the top 5 for just overall health care. Is that right? What was that award?
Yeah, we've been very fortunate to be recognized as one of the top places to work. We're actually one of the top hospitals in Arkansas for RNs to work at, because RNs are very hard to attract right now and to find because there's a shortage out there.
Really?
We've been named one of the top 50 cardiac surgery programs in America, which yes,
that's an honor.
Which there's 5,000 hospitals across America, and when you're one of the top 50, that's a very nice honor. And then we were named one of the top 20 rural and community hospitals in America. Wow. And so,
well, right now at 7:31, I'm going to show you about the top 5 commercials we need to do real quick.
All right.
We're back to regional. Be right back.
Did you know when you shop at Sears Hometown Stores, you are supporting your local community? That's right. Your local Sears Hometown Store is locally owned and operated by one of your neighbors. Their store offers the best of what Sears has to offer with the top brands and appliances, tools, and lawn and garden. They also offer great financing options that work no matter what you need. Remember to stop by your local Sears Hometown Store today and support a local member of your community.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment, their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
7:35, and we're back with Baxter Regional. We have Mr. Peterson and Mr. Larry and Mr. Tobias Pugsley, gentlemen. And we want to talk about the new outpatient surgery center. I went by there the other day, and looks like groundwork has started.
Groundwork has started. You know, we broke ground December 14th, and we've had about 200 days of rain since then. So
I saw a big boat parked there.
A big boat. So we're not moving as fast as we thought, but we're moving, and we anticipate that the building will be done by January of next year. We think we'll be able to start doing surgeries in there. It's about 23,000 square feet. If you drive by, you can see architect rendering of the outpatient surgery center, and we think it's really pretty. It's going to add to our campus a lot. There's going to be 6 ORs in there. When we open next year, we'll probably open and start with 4, and then that will allow us room to grow, and we'll have 2 additional ones there to grow into. So we're getting very excited. We're working very closely with a number of surgeons there at the hospital, and you know, it will transition a number of the outpatient surgeries to the outpatient surgery center, and so this will be easy access for patients to be able to drive up, be able to get in, don't have to go through elevators, down hallways. You'll be able to get easily in there, in and out, and nobody will be staying overnight in that building. It's just for you never like to use the word minor when it comes to surgery, because surgery is never minor when it's you having surgery, but it's for the smaller type of surgical cases. And then we'll still continue to do surgeries in the hospital, and that was really the issue. We are at capacity, which is a good problem to have, but we are at capacity with our ORs in the hospital, and we felt building something that was more convenient for patients was better than adding on to where we currently are located in the hospital.
But now with some of the innovations in medical overall, plus what you've done at Baxter Regional, a lot of things that were an overnight or 2-night stay after surgery are now an outpatient. Is that correct, Barney?
That is correct. Many of the things that we do, and of course, I'm not very clinical, so Ron knows a lot more about that than I do. But you're seeing a movement. I think when I went to the hospital, you know, the mix was about 60% inpatient for our business and 40% outpatient. That's reversed itself now.
Are you kidding? Really?
No. So wow. It makes all the difference. Technology has driven all this. Yes.
Yeah, 63% of our business is now outpatient. So
that's incredible.
Yeah, and you're seeing fewer and fewer admissions per 1,000 to hospitals just nationally, including ours, and so that's
So now on the financial side, that has to be a savings for the insurance companies that pick up the tab on some of this, and then am I correct? Is it going to be kind of a savings?
Usually an outpatient procedure is definitely less expensive, and typically if you can do it in an outpatient setting, it's less expensive, and so there should be some savings for everybody involved. Yes.
Now, I've noticed a new clinic on Highway 62, just somewhere around Jimmy John's restaurant.
That is correct.
Is that y'all's?
That is ours. That's our family practice on Market is what we call it, and
family practice. Okay.
Family practice on Market. And Dr. John Leslie, who's a family practitioner, started there about a year ago. I think we opened in December of a year ago, right. And then Dr. Ben Stevens joined him, and then Dr. Frisbee joined in about October, and then Amanda Martin is a nurse practitioner, and she's there. So we have 4 providers there, and they take.
And that is Baxter Regional.
And that is Baxter Regional. That is correct.
Do you have others in?
You know, we've as I was mentioning, the admissions per 1,000 is really starting to decrease in hospitals all the way across America, and that's good. You know, for everybody if you're treated outside the hospital. Unless you're a hospital administrator, then you start to go, wait a minute, where are the patients going? So we've been trying to expand our footprint and spread out a little bit. So we've been opening clinics we've been working to open a few in Salem, in Melbourne, in Mountain View. We just opened a 12,000 this past year, 12,000 square foot building down in Mountain View.
Really?
Yeah, that has 1 physician, 2 nurse practitioners, physical therapy, x-ray, lab, so it's kind of a complete little center down there. And then about 2 days ago, Barney can talk about this because he's the one who's putting all these together for us. We opened one in West Plains about a year ago, but about 2 days ago we opened one up in Mammoth Springs.
We did about a 2,000 square foot clinic in Mammoth, and we have a great nurse practitioner up there, Lisa Peterson, and it's just we're really excited about being up in that area because it sort of connects us with West Plains, now Mammoth, now Salem, and so it does, like Ron said, expands our footprints. Really, the people in Mammoth Springs have been very gracious and opened their arms for us to be there.
Good. It's good to see going into the smaller communities. Mammoth is not very big.
Mammoth is not big, and we have a nice partnership with Access Medical, and we're gone into a few smaller communities with them. I think the one that we're going into soon is Hardy.
And we'll be opening that the 1st of April.
Really?
Actually, probably a little sooner than that, but definitely by the 1st.
Hardy?
Right across the river, Spring River there, to the right, used to be a Dollar General.
Family Dollar.
Family Dollar store.
Yeah.
We purchased that. Our system purchased that, and so we'll be leasing out a family practice clinic to the Access Medical, and then we'll also have physical therapy clinic right next door to them. So we're negotiating right now with a mental health group to be a clinic right next to that, so we would have a full composite of care right there in Hardy.
Yeah. So what we're trying to do is make sure that we can get out to those communities and provide care as close to a patient as possible for the type of care, and then hopefully they'll think of Baxter Regional when they receive the care through Baxter Regional system out there and come here, and we believe also it's closer and that we provide high quality care. So.
Well, and I moved here in 1972, and I've known Barney for 40-something years now. But you can remember Barney in the 70s.
Right.
Even a compound fracture of the arm or leg, you went to Springfield or Little Rock, and now
that's correct.
They come to Baxter Regional. I mean, I was in Nashville, and he says, "Go home."
That's right.
Literally, I'm you can't make this stuff up. I mean,
That's true.
But Tobias, we talked about this before. 18 or 19 counties that you basically serve.
Actually 12 now, but
really,
but we draw from all over, really.
Yeah.
So
we do. It depends upon what service line you're talking about, because like our neurospine program that we have with Dr. Bradley and Dr. Gosho, they draw from all over. I'd say that's even more than 18 counties.
Really?
And Open Heart draws a little further. Then if you start talking about family practice, that's more local. So it really varies. But Tobias is right. We kind of think of our service area about 12 counties, and those are some counties up in Missouri and some in Arkansas. So there's four up in Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. So
it's amazing to think about a small rural hospital that has 2 neural spine surgeons in their
I
hospital.
had no idea.
Yeah.
How did that come about? I mean, I know y'all see the need.
We're just very very blessed in that regard. Dr. Bradley was down at the University of Arkansas Medical School finishing up his training, and I started talking with somebody down there in Little Rock at the university and asking if they could come up here and do some spine services, because I knew that we had the need. And as we got talking, Dr. Bradley kind of came up in the conversation, and they said, he graduated from high school in West Plains and he'd like to go back to a rural area. And so I said, let me have that guy's phone number. Maybe we have a deal here. And next thing we know, he's up here. So
are you, I want to make sure I'm hearing this correct, spine surgery?
Yes.
Am I hearing this okay?
Yeah. He's technically a neurosurgeon. But
so that would affect the spinal cord, correct?
Yeah, he'll do the neck and he'll do the back, and so he does spine surgery. That is correct. And so does here in Mountain Home. And Dr. Gosho was one of his faculty members down there at UAMS, and he said, "Well, I'll come up and kind of help relieve Dr. Bradley when he needs some time off." And he started coming up, and he said, "Well, you know what? Maybe I could start coming up part-time." And next thing we know, he's up here full-time, and we're excited to have both of them here. So we have 2 neurosurgeons here in Mountain Home.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, I
had no idea.
Yeah. So and they are busy.
It says a lot about your hospital and our area.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it does.
Yeah.
Well, and then the recruiting capabilities of Mr. Peterson and Mr. Larry here. Just this is what we need, and you're looking 3, 4, 5, and maybe 10 years down the road.
That's right.
That's what we're trying to do. Exactly. And when you look, at the outpatient surgery center and the way that we've built it, it has 4 rooms that we're going to open up with, and it has 2 rooms that are shelled out, for lack of a better word. And then if we need, there's room in the back to expand another 2 rooms. So that building, that facility should last for, I think, 20 years.
We
Easily.
hope it does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we hope it doesn't. But
That's true. I got well. There's pros and cons of that on both sides.
7:45. More with Baxter Regional right after this. Take a quick break.
It is my honor to endorse Nelda Speaks for re-election to District 100.
Nelda Speaks has been a long-time voice for conservative values in her district, over 30 years of experience, and we are grateful to have her here in Little Rock.
She is a fierce little lady.
She's an individual that when she starts speaking about a subject or something like that, you're going to stop what you're doing and you're going to listen to her.
She commands attention because she's done her homework, she's well versed in the pros and cons, and I know that she puts a lot of time and effort into her decision making, and we need her back.
She is a fierce lady. She stands very solid on her principles and conservatism in the Republican Party.
Nelda is a conservative through and through. She doesn't waver in her efforts. She fights hard for her district, whether it's a city or a county.
A few words that I think of when I think of Nelda Speaks is a compassionate leader.
Sitting by her my freshman year was one of the best things that ever happened to me. And I sit by her in education now, and she is a great resource.
Nelda makes sure that while we're here at the Capitol, we don't forget the Republican Party platforms that made this state great.
You can count on Representative Speaks to honor and defend her district and represent them well in the House of Representatives.
One thing about Nelda, you can always depend on her for her conservative values.
Nelda Speaks has a soft voice, but a very powerful voice for conservative values in Little Rock.
You are lucky to have Nelda Speaks in your corner in Little Rock.
I would encourage you to vote for her in the upcoming elections.
Driftwood Lanes. Fun happens here.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today. $7:48, finishing out the program. We have Mr. Ron Peterson here, Mr. Barney Larry, Mr. Tobias Pugsley, Baxter Regional, which is the jewel in the crown of the Twin Lakes area. You see it glow when you come in past Burger King.
Isn't that a great view?
Oh, it's
As you
awesome.
come off the top
That's
of that
awesome. You know, the Baxter Forward people, you know, look at this hospital. You know, it's right there. What a picture to paint, you know. Anyway, we want to talk about some veterans programs, Mission Act, perhaps? You want to bring that up?
Yes. You know, we have a CBOC, or a primary care clinic for veterans to be able to go to here in the community, and that is great. And prior to the Mission Act, after any services after that, they basically had to go to other VA services, so they'd basically have to go to Little Rock. And with the Mission Act, that allows them to be able to get services here in the community, and we want to support that. And so we've been, you know, it's always interesting, but with the VA, there's always paperwork and a lot of things to go through, a lot of education.
Red tape.
So we've been educated, and we've been trying to educate the veterans to make sure we all understand the process. And then this year, as we look forward to serving those veterans, we have started or will be starting what we call an ambassador program for our veterans. And we have some volunteers that are veterans, and so if a veteran gets admitted to the hospital and if they want to be visited by a veteran will go up and visit them. And in addition to that, we're going to just put a little flag outside their room so that everybody who comes into the room knows that they're a veteran, so that we can appropriately thank them for serving our country.
That's great.
So,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
We had some folks here about a year ago from one of the veterans' situations, and they're sitting right there where Barney was sitting, and says, all you got to do is come to Little Rock. I said, wait a minute. You got a 2:15 appointment. You get on the bus at 4:30 in the morning. You make 18 stops. You get down to Little Rock about 8 or 9 in the morning. You sit there until 2:15, and you're in the office for 7 minutes. You don't get home to 8. Just go to Little Rock. Do you know what kind of a benefit that is for these people?
It is a huge benefit, and you know, Dan Hall really did a lot. They've been working on that for 3-4 years to get that Mission Act really developed and worked through Congress, and put a lot of push, and a lot of other people did too. But I know Dan talked to me about it and said, what do you think of this idea? And he started pushing it, and that helped. But once that act was passed, we've started pushing it to make sure that our veterans, and we want our veterans to know, we want to serve them. We want to thank them, and we want to be able to help them with their health care needs.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, have I overlooked anything? I have some notes here. We have the Ambassador Program, the Mission Act. What else we need to talk about?
Well, you know, some people have probably heard that we are pursuing a magnet designation. And a magnet designation is technically a nursing designation. There's, as I mentioned, I think earlier, there's about 5,000 acute care hospitals in America. There's only 480 magnet designated hospitals. I think actually 487 now that I think
what's
about
that
it.
Mean?
But what that means to me anyhow is that we're on a journey to improve the quality of care in our hospital. And just to apply for a magnet designation, you have to outperform the magnet mean, which is the top 487 hospitals in the United States. You have to outperform in 10 or 12 different metrics, quality metrics. So like whether it's pressure injuries, or whether it's patient falls, or whether it's hospital-acquired bloodstream catheter-associated infections, whatever those metrics are, you have to outperform the magnet mean for 2 years. And then once you have done that, then you have to submit that application along with 100 different stories about quality improvement efforts. And what's so neat about the magnet journey and our journey in this magnet journey is that we've been able to do what I call a grassroots effort. We've been able to get the nurses who are on the floor to say, you know, if we change this, this would be better for the patient, or this would make it better for our workflow. And so we have well over 100. We just picked our 100 best and put in the application. And so if you think about meeting those quality metrics and having over 100 quality improvement stories, that means we're improving, and that's what we're really proud of. But then we'll get excited if, since we've been able to submit the application, they're coming out to survey us this summer, and so we'll get excited if we do receive that designation, which would be nice.
Y'all are never satisfied with status quo. They keep moving forward. I mean,
we do want to keep moving forward. That is exactly right. And so we're very excited about that, and we're just very proud of what, you know, it is a nursing designation, but when you start reading about those teams and the quality improvement efforts, it's really multidisciplinary. You have pharmacists on those teams, you have nurses obviously, you have respiratory therapists, you have physicians on those teams to be able to make those quality improvement efforts. And so you're right, we always want to keep moving that bar up and trying to make it better for our patients, and that's why we do what we do. So
totally amazing. Mountain
Home,
Arkansas. Baxter.
Amazing place.
That is amazing. Tobias, you're awful quiet down there.
Hey, when I've got these two gentlemen with me, it's better just for me to be quiet and let them talk.
Job security is a wonderful thing, right?
Tobias, what else have we missed?
Well, you know, I think that we'd be remiss not to talk about physical therapy and the convenience that's bringing to patients in Yellville and Mountain View.
Yeah, you know, Dale, you talked about the inpatient rehab unit. There's also a need for a lot of outpatient rehab, and it's amazing how your muscles, if you work them appropriately, they can come back and make such huge recoveries. And so we have started making sure that we can have that service available in different communities. So we opened up a physical therapy department this last year in Yellville. We opened one up in Melbourne, in Mountain View. And then we're going to be opening one up in Melbourne and in Hardy this year, and we're going to look for a few other locations. So.
Physical and occupational therapy is such good programs.
Boy,
and when I had my stroke, I don't normally talk about personal things on the air, but because with Baxter Regional, what they did for me 15 years ago, they explained it like this. When the stroke happened, it blew a hole in the brain. There's nerves, and it actually pulled the nerves away from the brain. And so the arm, the leg wouldn't work. And so the nurses actually picked my arm up and move it. I couldn't do it. But it sends those impulses back, making the nerves want to reattach, which it did. But you see a little infant baby where their arms are like this. Well, the brain hasn't been taught that control. And so one of my physical therapists said, point to that coffee cup. Now use the left hand. But now,
wow.
And that's
Look
from
at that.
Baxter Regional.
That's impressive.
Yeah, 15 years has passed, but that took 3 weeks.
Right, right.
I kid you not.
Yeah.
Try to point to that coffee cup with the left hand. I'm trying, you know. And now.
It's right there.
It's great.
And that's Baxter Regional, folks. That's Baxter Regional.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Thank you. Thank you. So we've been able to this past year also purchase a new Da Vinci robot. I don't know if you heard about that or.
Didn't you mention that last month?
Yeah, we talked just a little bit.
Did.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. No, go ahead
good.
and talk about it.
Good. That technology came out about 10, 12 years ago. We purchased one of the first ones back about 9 years ago. And when we purchased it, we really felt that prostate cancer, that was kind of the gold standard, was to have prostate cancer surgery with the Da Vinci robot, and so we needed to get that for our urologist, and that was kind of what we focused on. And it's amazing that several other specialties and several other types of surgeries are now being done with the robot, and we were actually keeping our robot busy, but we needed the upgrade and the new technology too. The unfortunate thing is that one robot cost about $2 million, right at $2 million, if you can believe that.
Yeah, I can believe that.
but we were able to purchase that this year, and so now we do have 2 robots, but the new one does allow us to be able to do some additional surgeries, and you have some additional surgeons. I think Dr. Elkins is starting to use it with the lungs and with some valves, and so it really, what it really does is it makes the surgery less invasive and allows the patient to recover much quicker, and so it's just great for the patient.
Got about 2.5 minutes. Barney, real quick, how can we help the houses in donations?
Yes, just call at 508-1770 and we'll share our mission with the folks and give them an opportunity to help support the houses.
And we still do the Lend a Hand campaign?
We do the Lend a Hand campaign usually in November.
In November.
And so then all those dollars go toward supporting those houses.
So what's our goal for November?
We haven't set the goal. We'll kind of take a look to see where we're going. It usually somewhere, the Lend a Hand campaign is somewhere around $150,000. Is what, we don't raise quite half.
Are we up for, let's go for $250 and I'll help.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, there we go.
So you're going to make up the difference between 150 and 250.
I'll have to do some preaching on the air.
That'd be great.
It's going to help in different ways.
That's right.
Yes.
I love it.
I think I got $1.97 on me right now.
That's great.
2 minutes, gentlemen. Final thoughts. Mr. Peterson?
We're looking forward to being able to serve our patients this next year, and I think you'll see that we're going to have some more physician recruitment. We're really excited. We're trying to focus in on recruiting some infectious disease, which would be a new specialty for this community, trying to recruit some more hospitalists, some more ED doctors. There seems to be always a need for more physicians, and we're out there. People think you can find physicians overnight, but there's a physician shortage, and then to find them the type of physician that enjoys living in a rural community is a challenge too. So, but we're out there working, and we want to provide high quality care for everybody that we possibly can.
Amen to that. Barney, I'm sorry, 20 seconds.
No. Well, I'm just blessed and honored to be a part of this team. Ron, Tobias, and all the physicians, staff, and volunteers. It's a great ride for me, and I love it. It's a great hospital. It's our community's hospital.
Tobias, 10 seconds.
Always a pleasure being here with you.
Thanks. It's always good to have you. Sorry, we got to go. I've had a blast today. It's been a lot of fun. So back to regional, the jewel in the crown of the Twin Lakes area. Got to go. See you tomorrow.